Are you hostage to your past? As Einstein said, we can't solve problems by using the same level of consciousness we use to create them. Set yourself free. Let Natasha Rosewood show you how you can reconnect with the DNA of your heart and soul and become your greatest self. Make your world happy.
So Natasha, what actually happens in a past life regression?
Well, it's different for everybody, but I can tell you a story that was, I think, a very powerful example of how dynamic a past life regression can be in terms of healing. So this lady came to me a long time ago, and she came to me actually for a psychic reading, and I was sitting with her, and as I looked at her physical energy, I saw this thing sticking out of her hip, and I went, I think that's an arrow. And I think it's been there a long time, so from a previous life. So I asked her, do you have any pain in your hip? And she said, yes. I said, how long have you had it? And she said, oh, as long as I can remember. And I thought, yeah, that's from a past life. And I didn't know what her belief systems were about reincarnation. So I just offered it to her. I said, well, you know, I do past life regressions, and I think we should do one, and I think we can remove the arrow, because I think what that arrow represents is guilt, something you did in a past life that you felt guilty for ages. And she said, if you could do that for me, Natasha, I would love you forever, because my husband loves to go hiking, and with this pain, I can't do any of that, and I feel like I'm really missing out. So we did, a few days later, the past life regression, and she immediately went back to a time in Scotland where turns out she was going into her village, and she had plotted with the enemy clan to come and attack her family. She was angry with them, she was angry with them for not making him chief or something, and he was wanting to get his revenge. But as soon as this enemy clan came in and they all started fighting, he felt terrible, and he saw his family and his people being killed, and he tried to stop it, but it was too late. It was already in motion. So many people died or injured, and he said, that's when I got the arrow in my hip. And I suggested that we call in all the spirits of all the people that were hurt or died that day in that village, and we sit around in a circle, and we take the arrow out of the hip and we turn it into a symbol of peace. So she decided to turn it into a chalice with a peace symbol on it. So we filled it with water, and I suggested we pass this peace cup around, and all the spirits drink from this chalice, and with it forgave everything that happened that day, forgave the attack, forgave his involvement in it. And then at the end of that, we were both crying because it's very moving. And I suggested that she sit in the circle and look into all the eyes of those spirits and ask for forgiveness. And so he received forgiveness. And then they all hugged as one and became one energy, and they were all at peace that time. And then I brought her out of that alpha state where she was relaxed back to the present time, and she said that was great. 2 days later, a friend of hers called me and said, Natasha, I don't know what you did to my friend, but she's off hiking with her husband and the pain is completely gone. So it can be instantaneous. Once the emotion has been cleared from the spirit, then the spirit lets the pain go from the body. And there's been many, many more stories of other past life regressionists who've had similar results with people. So it's, are you willing to let go of your guilt or your pain and just be healthy in this lifetime? And if you are, then it's available to you.
Natasha J. Rosewood is a quantum healer, master intuitive, spirit medium, author, speaker, TV and radio personality, and closet comedienne. She is passionate about you realizing your potential. If you would like to learn more, stay tuned and hit subscribe. Natasha's mind-altering books are available on Amazon and Kindle. Meet her on the bright side.